Coming up today on Designing Texas, another Gary Riggs masterpiece. We've got a home you can own, at home in the hills of Kingswood, plus the Fielder Report, and a fine time at Empressive Geo Designs. Designing Texas starts now. Hello everybody, I'm Jocelyn White and welcome to our April 17th edition of Designing Texas. As you heard earlier, we've got a great show coming your way today. And first, we begin with our designing Texan, Gary Riggs, who let us use Gary Riggs' home, your showroom, for our set today. The project you worked on today, give us the scoop.
Well, this client I've known for years. We helped him many years ago in the house when they first had moved in. But the thing that was really fun about this project was that there was a total transformation. But we were able to do it using a lot of the furniture that already was there. It's just putting it in a different backdrop and environment totally changed to where now it feels that the whole house is new.
So where do we begin our tour?
Well, we'll start in the living room. The living room totally took a different transformation. The walls in here were a dark emerald green. We painted the walls just in a light, very soft beige to just become total backdrop and let everything kind of stand forward. The fun thing about it is that the sofa that's here in this linen was the original. We kind of pulled the wall color out of it and give it a little bit more of a modern flavor by adding different pillows and then with the lamps and then a lot of the artwork. The painting that's here is one of my favorite artists out of California, which pulled all the colors of the room totally around. And so when you look into the space, you've got this great painting that you just immediately helped bring out the colors that were in the painting that's over the mantle. We added the yellow leather to give it a bit of an updated flavor. And what's fun about it is now everybody thinks it's a brand new room and everything in it's new, when reality is a lot of it was already things that we had used in the house before. So here we are in the dining room, and we did something fun and interesting in here and added the zebra chair, which gave it a little bit of an exotic feeling and gave it just a lot more fun. And then the artwork, of course, is pulling through all the color that we've got going on in the living room. And so it's kind of like married in all directions, as you're going to see as we go into the kitchen and the breakfast area. So we're pulling kind of the blues through, and then as we get into there, we're going to have the blues and greens, which turned out to be a lot of fun in there. Everything is different here. Walls were moved, columns came down, and totally gave a different feeling here. Really opened up the space and made it a lot larger. And it made it great because we were able to put in this large sectional here with the low profile on it, so you still can see over it. It doesn't box it in, doesn't make it feel like it's over the top heavy. So it just kind of gives it a nice, sleek, but very comfortable feeling. The blues and the soft greens all came from the other parts of the house and just a little bit more focused in here, which made it really nice, gave us a real clean, crisp feeling and just very tranquil and easy to live in. And then from there over into the breakfast area, we did the blue rug, which was nice, and then again brought in a little bit of an animal print into the host and hostess chair. And then from here, as you're going to see, it transitions into the master bedroom. And in the master bedroom, also their desire was to have it be lighter and brighter. With the artwork and then the wall color and everything, we were able to achieve that as well. Took them from a four-poster mahogany, very traditional kind of looking setting, and again being able to repurpose a few of the pieces that were in there, but then gave them a new look with an upholstered bed. Thank you for joining us today. It was a fun project and we're glad that we could share it with you. We've got some other fun things coming up. We're doing a ranch in West Texas that's going to be a lot of fun because you're going to be able to see the actual installation going on and see the finished product. So we'll see you then.
Now that looks like a lot of fun. And speaking of fun, if you remember last month's show, I got a new turquoise leather sofa. Everywhere I go, someone asks me about it. Did you keep it? Do you like it? And the answer to both is yes and yes. Today's show has already given you some ideas, I'm sure, but you need a blank canvas perhaps to put them on. So how about a home you can own? Dallas realtor Mary Poss says she's got the perfect place with the perfect space.
Hi, Jocelyn. Great to see you.
This is amazing.
Oh, it is
What a big
truly
house.
one of the most amazing homes I've seen anywhere in this metroplex.
Incredible. Who built it?
It was built by Dan Hutt with Emerson Residential, designed by John Brooks. It's almost 10 years old. Gently lived in.
Show me.
In 8,235 square feet, now almost 90% of an acre.
The dining room.
When you approach this room, your eye is immediately drawn to the sculpted ceiling. And of course the chandelier and the molding and the draperies, chandeliers, all of the light fixtures and drapery treatments throughout the home will stay. This entire 800 square feet of kitchen and keeping room is filled with basically two of everything, of all of the designer appliances. And again, we find some incredible stone. This piece of granite was probably very carefully selected because the stratification and all of the materials throughout the home are just amazing.
You can tell it's, well, top of the line. What kind of buyer do you envision for this property?
This is a sophisticated buyer, someone who really understands quality, who understands location, and someone who probably does a lot of entertaining. Because you can look at this kitchen, you have never seen in a home such a large keeping room. You know, you've got the huge side-by-sides, but you also have 6 refrigerated drawers. You've got 4 dishwashers in this home. It is organized so that it is extremely convenient regardless of what part of the home you're in. The owners of the home added their own touches throughout. And I think the selection of all of the materials, all of the ceiling treatments throughout the home, the amazing flooring and the flawless walls and colors in the home really reflect the owner's taste. This is a gated masterpiece in Preston Hollow.
Let's discuss the master suite a little. You enter through the vestibule, and then you find
the master is large, expansive. You have a wall of amazing windows, which are also very functional as well, because if you need to adjust a remote on the pool from while you're reading in bed, you can do so. And then one of the most spectacular master bathrooms you will ever see. Very sophisticated steam shower, gorgeous tub, European furniture in the master bath.
which is stunning.
And coffee bar, I mean, 2 walk-in closets. It is just a perfect design.
And then you go upstairs, and what will we find?
Well, you find 3 huge bedrooms. You also find a media center. You find a great game room, or this owner uses that room as a music room.
Great idea.
The room has one of the most beautiful views that you will see outside a window, bar none.
It has what you call drive-up appeal. It's beautiful from the street. But when you enter through that exquisite iron door, you're walking into a totally different world. And when you close that door, that world stays just as private as you want it to be.
That's exactly right. This home would accommodate several hundred people easily for a party, or any number of rooms are very comfortable just to sit and enjoy your favorite new book.
That really is a gorgeous place. And of course, if you're interested, you can give Mary Poss a call. Still ahead on today's show, the Fielder Report, plus Empressive crystals, geodes, and minerals. Oh my! But first, we're at home in the hills of Kingswood. That's right after this break. Hi, I'm Jocelyn White with my partner in crime, John Zazelka, who's one of the developers here, and we are at home in the hills of Kingswood. Well, John, what's been going on? A lot out here.
Jocelyn, I'm just so excited to talk about what's been going on here because this is finally coming to the point where truly the 360 we're talking about now is truly a 360. The deal is becoming more and more attractive every day because the lots that we envisioned on the creek side are now being built. In fact, we have a groundbreaking with our good friend Tony Visconti taking place for a beautiful home on the side of one of our view lots coming up in the next couple of weeks and certainly for the next show. And Jocelyn, look to our friend Tony Visconti at Bella Custom Homes. It's going to be very exciting. And also, Shelley Reynolds is pouring this special foundation that's very interesting to see. And our friends at Pool Stop are going to create just a wonderful pool for her. And Ron Davis is just doing an unbelievable job. You remember the Telefirma folks who did that fabulous foundation that you looked at during one of our last filmings. The house is just shot up to the roof. The roof is on. You can walk through the house and now envision the quality and the size of what Ron Davis is doing. And Ron is doing multiple houses in this neighborhood, so you'll be seeing special things from Ron Davis. And as we move down the street of Lilac, you'll see some special homes that are very, very interesting. Something I envisioned years ago that's now coming true. The finest street in all of Frisco, Texas, Lilac Lane.
And one of those builders on Lilac Lane, brand new to the hills of Kingswood, and that would be our friend Phillip Carter at Christian Custom Homes.
Yes, Jocelyn, and we are so excited about Phillip Carter. And Christian Custom Homes truly is a unique home builder, and they're doing some very, very special houses. And I think people that come out here and visit will really appreciate not just the style of the homes, but the quality that Phillip Carter and all the other builders that we've been blessed enough to have in this neighborhood. You'll see something very, very special in every one of them, and something different in every one of them. Now, let's meet Phillip Carter.
This is your baby. What brought you to the hills of Kingswood?
We were looking for oversized lots with the Frisco locality and, you know, with the gated, guarded neighborhood. We were able to get 3/4 acre and acre and even larger lots out here, and it's just beautiful. We love it.
This project we're standing in is slated to be finished in August. You move fast.
Move very fast.
Give us a little bit of a snapshot of what this home is going to look like.
Sure. This is a Texas transitional home. You know, the market, we've found that the market's really looking for this new transitional type of product, built for entertaining. You know, we've got custom wine rooms, doors that open up to the pool area and outside, so it's really made for entertaining. And
one thing makes it livable, which is just phenomenal to me.
Yeah, open plan with the media room and living room and kitchen all open and game room, and you know, it's very livable plan, very useful, no wasted space, but at the same time it's perfect for entertaining. We've got 10-foot floor-to-ceiling Fleetwood doors that completely disappear and opens the whole outside to inside. You got jet cool systems that you know, you don't lose your air conditioning, and you can actually utilize the entertaining space without the Texas heat, so that's really exciting. So we've done a lot of things to make this space where it's just awesome for entertaining.
Beginning of the other home that we looked at today, what will it look like when it's all said and done?
Well, you know, It's going to be amazing. Obviously, that house is about 12,000 square feet. We've got an indoor basketball court on that one upstairs. It's solid glass all the way across the back of it to take advantage of that beautiful view. And this will never be built on, actually. So this is Corps of Engineers land from Lake Louisville.
Right.
So we'll always have this beautiful view with all the trees, and the lots that they have out here at the Hills of Kingswood are just amazing. You know, it's a transitional product as well, but we're going a little bit more rustic with that. So, you know, we've taken this transitional product and we've taken it, we've got one that we're building that's a modern version of it, and then a middle of the road, if you will, and then we've taken it and gone with more of a rustic version, kind of Texas Hill Country version.
You know, I'm still fascinated by that indoor-outdoor heating, cooling system. How did you find them, or did they find you?
Well, you know, our pool vendor that we use on all of our houses is just amazing. And, you know, people want to entertain here in Texas, and, you know, the heat is just something we have to deal with. So they created that system to, you know, make it where we can entertain and enjoy the outside without sweating to death.
There you go. And ladies, you're going to love it. Forest Woods and the jet stream cooling system.
Yes, ma'am.
Is fabulous. See what we mean.
We are Jetstream Outdoor Cooling. We have a couple of different systems we use to cool and heat outdoor patios. We do new construction and also existing homes. Our cooling system will cool any outdoor covered area, whether you have the screened-in porch or not. What it does is it evaporates the mist that we're using in the ports. We're throwing a lot of air through that port and evaporating the mist. Flash evaporation happens, it's absorbing the heat in the surrounding air. So you get a force of air that's coming down to the ground and circulating cool air. That mist is already evaporated by the time before it gets to head level. So no surfaces on the patio are getting any moisture on them. No wet tables, no wet surfaces, no wet hair, and it will not frizz your hair. This patio we're doing right now for Christian homes, the only thing you will see as far as our system goes is the port. It looks like about the size of a can light. It is a white port that's going to be in the ceiling. It has a single mist nozzle in that port. That's the only thing you're going to see. All the other system is up in the crawl space, and the high pressure pump is out in the garage. We also have an integrated heat system. It's an infrared electric heater. It will actually heat the whole space, the surrounding patio, and then during the summer you can have the coolness also.
You really have some phenomenal vendors that you're going to be using. When do you plan to be done with the Hills of Kingswood? Are you going to be here for the foreseeable future?
We actually have another house that's getting ready to start right
that's
here.
yours?
Yes, ma'am. We've got another 7,000 square foot house that's getting ready to start next week. So we're super excited about that. We're just getting started.
Okay, as I like to say then, welcome to the family.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I gotta say, exciting times at the Hills of Kingswood, and spring is here finally.
Oh, Jocelyn, it really is. And it's just beautiful now because everything is just blooming. We're surrounded by forest. You have to remember, when you come and see at home in the Hills of Kingswood, see the greenery that's around us, and be sure, please, to stop in and see Sharon Webb at our beautiful gatehouse entry area, and Sharon will introduce you to what we have available and what is happening currently in the Hills of Kingswood.
We've got some exciting events planned over the next couple of months too, so take any of those invitations if you will. And we're at home here in the Hills of Kingswood. We think you should be too. We'll see you next time.
About building out here, and there's a ton of possibilities. So
The Hills of Kingswood is still one of the best kept secrets. We've just got to tell everybody about it.
we might want to try to keep it a little bit secret.
Yeah. Today's Deep in the Heart is a salute to the Women's Council of the Dallas Arboretum and their major fundraiser, Mad Hatters. The Mad Hatters Tea is coming up this Thursday at the Arboretum. You can go to their website and see if there's still seats available. To review anything you saw on today's show, you can go to our website, designingtx.com. That's designingtx.com. Welcome back to Designing Texas. You know, we're going to go play with stones, some of my favorite kinds, a little bit later in the show. But first, we have the Fielder Report. Kathy Fielder, my mini-me and a lifestyle home blogger, is talking daylight and dark when it comes to makeup. Here is the Fielder Report.
I don't know about you, but I run from studio to carpool to soccer practice, and sometimes I've got 20 minutes to get ready for an event. Today we're going to talk about going from daytime makeup to nighttime makeup, and we're going to talk about skincare, the basis of all great makeup, and how to be fabulous in a flash. At the Dior boutique, they pride themselves on service and having a great time while doing it. I'm here with Miguel, and today we're going to talk about spring makeup and how to look great during the day.
What is your goal for makeup? How would you like to look?
I really just want to have a glow and just have a bright, big eyes, and maybe a soft rosy lip.
Perfect.
The key to great daytime makeup is great skin. It's essential to have a skincare regimen in place that's suitable for your skin type. Know what products work for you. After that, a little bit of makeup and you'll glow and look fabulous all day long, every day.
So this is perfect for you because you're always on the go. You want some glow to the skin.
Absolutely, so fresh and go. So now we're going to talk about nighttime skin and how to be glam in 15 minutes or less. And the key to that is to have glowing skin,
Correct.
gorgeous eyes, and luscious lips.
What we're going to do is today is just actually one of our top seller items, which are part of the Air Flash family at Dior Beauty.
The great thing about nighttime makeup is that you can play around a little bit and do something maybe different that you wouldn't ever probably wear during the day. A cat eye maybe, or possibly really red lips. Just make sure and snap a picture before you go, just to be safe that your makeup is just perfect.
Beautiful.
And so the key for nighttime makeup is just a real saturated pigment, so that
Exactly.
you just, because there's a lot of photographs, there's a lot of just close-up kind of one-on-one, and the
Correct.
lighting's a little darker, and so you just really want to have that pop.
Correct.
So you've got to get ready in a flash, and you don't have time to do a full blowout. The amazing Christian Isles here at Dior is going to show us how to throw up your hair and make it look fabulous super quick. So you're just taking it all the way across the back and
One of the most extraordinary features of the Dior Skin and Makeup Boutique here in Highland Park Village is the cabine.
We're a flagship store, and our cabine is just as if you were to go to Paris to our Paris Institute, you would get that kind of a facial here.
The first in the nation, a French-inspired facial room where Deanna and her staff will pamper and perfect your skin with amazing technology that is certainly not to be missed.
The services are complimentary, and we just love for you to take home the products that you fall in love with.
I've had an amazing time here today at the Dior Beauty Boutique in Highland Park Village. They treated me like a star, and they pride themselves on treating everyone who walks in the door the very same way. Deanna, thank you so much for having me today. It was brilliant.
Thank you for coming, Kathy. Here's a Dior souvenir for you to take with you today. It's some of the products that you got to experience here in the boutique.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And that is the Fielder Report.
Thanks a lot, Kathy. When I was a child, my grandparents lived in the Ozark Mountains in the town of Harrison. Next door, their neighbors were building a basement, and my brother and I would go over and collect all of the beautiful rocks that were coming out of the dirt. To this day, my brother still has those rocks, and they line his driveway at his home in Louisiana. They were all quartz crystals, and I've been fascinated with crystals ever since. I've met a kindred spirit. Her name is Empress, and she has a store open to the public called Empressive Geo Designs. It's today's finishing touch. How did your love affair with geodes and crystals begin?
30 years ago, I fell in love with some geodes from Australia, and they were absolutely gorgeous. The structure, the color, just the beauty of them. And from that moment on, I was in love.
How do you begin a collection like this? This is almost a museum.
It is, but it started very slowly, and I, began at home.
Where do your stones in this store, your beautiful crystals, come from?
All over the world.
Okay, well, I want you to show me some of your favorites in store, so let's take a walk.
Okay, wonderful.
What about this? This is the one my videographer buddy likes to call the Himalayan snowflake. I think it looks like an ice cave, but it is.
It's scolasite, and it is from India. It's one of the most beautiful, delicate pieces. Each little item, if I was to pull on this little needle, it would break. But the structure itself is solid.
So this is probably the most expensive piece in the store right now.
Correct.
Tell us about it.
Well, it does come from Arkansas, and it's never been touched by man. So it is absolutely how nature intended it to be. A piece like this, I could put it next to a Picasso, and it's a beautiful work of art.
It would hold its own.
Absolutely.
And who knew it came from Arkansas? Just like those little crystals that I used to pick up as a child. And this is one of your favorites.
Yes, it is. This is from Poland. This piece is absolutely special. Many of the people, to make money, used to scrape the inside of their chimneys, so they get little tiny pieces, not as big as this, of course, little tiny pieces, and they would sell it on the market to make money.
And it grew inside the chimneys.
Yes, it actually is zinc. And when zinc turns into it's heated.
Super hot.
Yes, super hot. It just turns into this beautiful color. It also comes in this beautiful green color. It's fantastic.
People actually put practical uses, and you do in here. You've got coffee tables, you have lamps.
Correct.
What else do people use these pieces for in their homes?
Well, people buy Picassos. So why not buy a beautiful work of art?
That Mother Nature made.
Exactly.
And it's one of a kind.
Totally.
Yeah. I just love that store. I could spend a whole day wandering around in there. We thank you for your company. We treasure it. And we hope you had as much fun today as we had in the making of today's show. And we'll see you next month on the third Sunday of May, right here at 11 a.m. on Channel 8. In the meantime, home is where items close to your heart will always play a part. We'll see you next time. Imagine that.